for 5th place on mat number 3. Frank Leitner, the referee, coming out to the center of the mat, joined by Barry Jackson.
Hey, Andy, you taking Barry Jackson on the Christmas list?
I'm all for a quick advance between rounds for the spectators, but does, as we say, make for a sloppy scorecard.
And we
don't quite have the prep that we would like to have, so bear with us.
A little tough trying to get things together in time, but we'll focus on some good finals. So it'll be Shane Nelson of Kittatinny, the 5 seed. He's a sophomore, 11-0 in the Kittatinny leggings, the blue and the gray. Logan Waddell for North Hunterdon is the 3 seed. He's a freshman. He is 15-2. Got a good crowd on hand for the finals. All right, here we go. Waddell of North Hunterdon, Nelson of Kittatinny. Nelson trying to get in on the left leg. Nelson trapping the right wrist. Hooks the right leg and gets a takedown. Nelson on top, 2-0.
But that is a drill I remember from a long, long time ago. One tight waist, both of you on your knees, and it's a scramble. Who gets what?
And we have a little blood time here for Logan Waddell. Eight-liner training staff coming over to take a look.
It's just funny the things that lock in your mind. So as they were side by side on their knees, and Shane Nelson with the tight waist on reached over to grab Logan Waddell's far arm. It's like it was yesterday.
They have stopped the blood flow on Logan Waddell. And we're also getting a little training staff look at Shane Nelson. All right, we're set. 23 seconds gone. It's a 2-0 lead for Shane Nelson. Right hand tight waist. Takes the left elbow. Maintaining control of Logan Waddell. Controlling that left wrist. Wraps the tight waist around the left side of Waddell. Pressure on the left elbow. Now reaches inside for the left wrist. 1 minute gone here in the bout. Trying to tilt Waddell to his left, and Frank Leitner, the referee, indicates he did not expose that shoulder to the mat. Trying to bars the left arm, trying to drive that bar. Waddell trying to turn in Nelson. Maintaining control here, reaches back for the right arm. Waddell trying to hip up and over Nelson, whose left hip is down on the mat. Nelson maintains control. Got a chance to watch him in his semifinal where he knocked off the top seed, Hunter Lindsay of Belvedere, and he is a good scrambler. 3 seconds to go here in the first. And Nelson will ride out. He's ahead 2-0 after 1.
And Nelson's hips were in a bad spot a couple times there, but I don't know if he just counters very well or if he's just very confident in his ability to assert control.
underneath. Waddell will be underneath to start the second. Waddell stands. Nelson on the mat return. Wraps that tight waist around his left side. James Day of Phillipsburg is in action in the consolations over on mat number 2. Where he is wrestling against Robert Grugan of Delaware Valley for third place. Nelson trying to work a tilt, and Waddell's able to roll on through that. Nelson has the legs hooked. Takes the left wrist. 45 seconds gone here in the second. At the edge of the mat, in front of the Kittatinny coaches, led by John Gill, the veteran head coach. Nelson maintains the ride, now wants that near leg and far arm tilt. The Cougar sophomore has been dominating the bout, but outside of a takedown, not been able to score. Waddell trying to pull him out front. At the edge, Waddell trying to come out the back door, and does. He's got a reversal, and the bout is tied at 2. Waddell is 15-2. Nelson 11-0. Waddell advancing 4-1 decision over Henry Wilkinson of Hunterdon Central after a first round bye. That was in the quarters. Then he won 7-1 over the 2 seed, Derek Shepherns of Delaware Valley. And Waddell has exposed Nelson's shoulders. Trying to drive a half Nelson with 7 seconds to go. So Waddell doing a job here on top, gets 3 back points, and Waddell will lead 5-2 after 2.
James Day, Mike, is up 4-0 after 2 in his third place bout against Robert Grogan of Delaware Valley.
Nelson underneath to start the third. Trailing Waddell 5-2. He has an escape. It's 5-3. The only takedown in the bout belongs to Nelson, but Waddell is in on Nelson's legs. Nelson hanging on to Waddell's right ankle, right foot. He's trying to hip up and over that. No advantage here. Waddell trying to tilt Nelson's left hip down in the mat. 30 seconds gone. Nelson has both hands around that right foot. Waddell still trying to drive him over. Nelson trying to step across. There's a takedown for Waddell. And he leads at 7-3. 1 minute to wrestle in the bout. Waddell, sitting position. Trying to turn Nelson to his right. As he leans way out that right side, using his legs to try and tilt him. Then Nelson wants to come out the back door. Near the edge, and a roll off with 38 seconds to wrestle. 7-3 lead for Logan Waddell of North Hunterdon. Nelson gets set. Nelson dominated this for most of the first half of the bout, and it's been Waddell here in the second half. Waddell maintaining control. Reaches for the far arm above the elbow on Nelson. Nelson stands, reaches back for Whizzer. Then he tries to throw Waddell, and Waddell ends up with the best of that, and he tosses Nelson to his back and gets 2 back points. It was really a
desperation
failed,
move. Yeah,
his failed move rather than a better move by Waddell. He's on top 11-3 on the takedown and the back points. Logan Waddell of North Hunterdon, the titleist at 106 pounds. A major decision, 11-3 over Shane Nelson of Kittatinny.
And Mike James Day is up 6-0 after 2 with a pair of takedowns and 2 back points over Robert Grugan of Delaware Valley. They're wrestling neutral in the third period.
All right, we'll go to 113 pounds, and the final is between Cooper Stewart of Sparta. He is the top seed, a senior 15-0 who has a quick takedown on the 2 seed. Dan Hawes of Lebanon Valley, a sophomore who is 12-2. Hawes trying to sit out, reaches back for the right leg. Stewart maintains control. Sparta coached by Frank Battaglia. Lenape Valley's Hawes is out the side. He will have an escape as they go off. Lenape Valley coached by Gary Michelet. So 2-1 for Cooper Stewart after 45 seconds. Stewart dives in high crotch. Dawes reaches around for the head. Stewart's behind him. He has a takedown. Wraps that tight waist around the left side. And Stewart is on top 4-1. Hawes rolls. Turns in. Stewart stays with him and they roll off the mat to our left. Barry Jackson is the referee for this one and Stuart Cohn is assisting. Hawes ready on the whistle. .45 seconds to go in the first. Stewart maintaining control. Stewart was a runner-up at this weight class last year. Stalling is called on top on Cooper Stewart. First warning in the bout, at least, Bob, in the semis, there were not a lot of stalling calls.
Very little. Things were actually moving very quickly. James Day, Mike, won his third place bout 10-0 over Robert Grugan of Delaware Valley.
Hawes tries to sit out, now he rolls. Reaching back for the left leg to turn in on Cooper Stewart. Stewart's trying to block him off. Then spinning over is Hawes. He will get 2 as the period expires.
Just
no,
one.
He's going to get 1. So he will not get the reversal, but he will get a neutral. And it's 4-2 after 1 in favor of Cooper Stewart of Sparta. Hawes is in the red of Lenape Valley, and he will go underneath to start the second. Lenape Valley, the Patriots against the Spartans of Sparta. An escape given by Stewart to Hawes. So we're 4-3, and then Cooper Stewart gets a takedown and leads it 6-3, and he will cut him. Well, goes in for the tackle to maintain control. Ahead 6-3. He has 3 takedowns, Cooper Stewart, 3 escapes for Dan Hawes.
Stewart is active. He went in on that takedown from his knees, reached up and grabbed Dan Hawes, came up to follow him, and eventually got him down.
Trying to work a tilt. Stewart had a fall in 26 seconds over Peter Plesch of Hunterdon Central in the preliminaries. Had a fall in a minute over Charles Antcliffe of High Point in the quarters, and a fall in a minute 5 over Grugan of Delaware Valley in the semis. There's an escape for Hawes, and it's 6-4 here in the second. Stuart trying to pull Hawes back in, and Hawes fights that off. Ankle pick by Hawes, and they're off the wrestling surface. No takedown with 50 seconds to go. Hawes had a fall in the prelims in 2:59 over Zach Henschel of Pope John. 7-5 decision winner over Phillipsburg's James Day. Or excuse me, 7-5 winner over Sean Redfield of Warren Hills in the quarters, and a 12-8 decision over James Day of Phillipsburg in the semis. We are 6-4 here in the second with 20 seconds to wrestle. Stuart in on another takedown, fought off by Hawes. Locks his hands behind him, and they break apart. 10 seconds to go. Hawes dives in, Stuart sprawls. And we are through 2. 6-4, Stuart. Stuart underneath in the third. Left hand tight waist by Hawes. Hawes riding out the right side. Breaks down Stuart. Stuart fights to his knees. Hawes breaks him down again. Went crossface, looking to set up a crossface cradle. 30 seconds gone with Stuart, who's underneath in the Sparta blue, leading Hawes of Lenape Valley 6-4. Chopping at the right wrist of Stuart. Breaks him down. Tries to bar the right arm. We have 1 minute to go in the bout. With Stuart on the 3 takedowns, leading Hawes with the 4 escapes, 6-4. Hawes tried to tilt him. Stuart fought that off. Barry Jackson down on one knee, probably to talk to Stuart underneath, looking for a power half as Hawes gives up on that. Now wants to work a lever. Now bars the right arm. Unable to budge him with that bar. Can't get control of that left wrist. We've got 20 seconds to go in the bout. Now he wants a half with the bar. Up on his toes, trying to drive a bar. 10 seconds to go in this one.
I think we'd have seen at least a stalling warning in a dual meet situation.
Well, Hawes gave it all he had in this third, but ran out of time. And it's a 6-4 decision for Cooper Stuart of Sparta, the champion at 113 pounds. Stuart, 6-4. So North Hunterdon and Sparta, each with a champion. We go to 120. The top seed is Shane Pursley of Pope John. Pursley is a junior. He is 10-3. Nathan Fitt of Newton, the 2 seed. He is a junior, 19-1.
Pursley finished second at 106 last year.
And he has a takedown. Stuart Cohn, the referee for this one.
And Fitt placed third at 106 last year.
They're off across the way in front of the Newton coaches. Phillipsburg's Akeem Ransdell is wrestling for 5th place at 120.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Stewart of Sparta just joined the 100 win club.
Ed Mancinelli, public address announcer, letting everyone know that the champ at 113, Cooper Stewart, just won the 100th bout in his career. Persile riding out the left side. Has a leg in. Maintains control over Nathan Fitt with under a minute to wrestle here in the first. Reaching inside for the left wrist, gives up on that. Fitt stands. Persile trips him down, and Fitt rolls and reverses. And we are tied at 2. Nice standing roll by Nathan Fitt of Newton to get himself a reversal. Persile stands. He is out with 25 seconds to go in the first. Persile now on top, 3-2. Persile was 7th in the state last year at 106. Final 5 seconds. Arm drag attempted by Persile. Can't finish it. And Persile has a 3-2 lead after 1. Persile will choose down to start the second. Persile had a preliminary round bye. Won a technical fall in the quarters 17-2 in 2 minutes and 36 seconds over Sean Bodine of North Warren. And a 10-2 major decision over Nick Canonica of Hunterdon Central in the semis. Persile has an escape, and he leads Fitt 4-2. Fitt, now they each have a leg up in the air, and that stopped potentially dangerous by Stuart Cohn.
Good idea.
Fitt had a first round bye, a fall in 5:36 over Chris Casal of Kittatinny in the quarters, and a 3-1 decision over Frank Daiso of North Hunterdon in the semis. Fitt looking for a high crotch, trying to pull that right leg through. Now, Persile steps across. Still no advantage here. Fitt still has the right leg to try and pull first Persile back on to the mat. Stuart Cohn watching very intently, along with the assistant, Anthony Duflumeri, and he's going to bring him back to the center here with 1:05 to go in the second. Takedown, 2 escapes for Persile. Fitt has a reversal. Persile trying to spin his way behind Fitt on the left side, blocked off. Controls Fitt's right wrist. Up to their feet. Persile now with a hand, right hand behind the head of Fitt. 40 seconds to go here in the second. Persile trying to underhook Fitt's left shoulder. Wants to spin around behind, traps the right wrist, takes the wrist, shrugs. Fitt blocked him off with his left arm. He wanted a knee tap. Fitt fights that off. Down to 10 seconds. Fitt pops his head out from that front head and arm. Dives in at a double. Persile fights that off. And it's 4-2 Persile after 2. Fitt's choice in the third. And he's going underneath.
Phillipsburg's Hakeem Ransdell has a 2-1 lead almost at the end of the second period in his 5th place bout against Seven Rich.
Stuart Cone calling a caution, I believe, on himself there. Now Fit gets set. Pursley, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Right hand thigh pry. Pursley riding out the left side with that right thigh pry. Fits up on his right foot and broken back down by Pursley. And we are 30 seconds into the third with Pursley on top, 4-2. Wraps the tight waist around the left side. Maintaining control of Nathan Fit here in the third, controlling that left wrist, trying to hammerlock that wrist. And a right hand tight waist, wrapping that around the left side. Wants to try and turn Fit to his left. Stopped potentially dangerous by referee Stuart Cone with 56 seconds to go in the bout. Fit comes back to the center. He's ready. Stuart Cone indicates for Pursley to get in there. Caution is on Fit. Have not been a lot of cautions either today in the bouts that we there. That's a caution now on Pursley. Maybe I spoke too soon. Fit trying to get to a stand. Tripped back down by Pursley. It was controlling that left ankle. Wraps the tight waist around the left side. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Pursley, first period takedown. After a first period reversal, he scored an escape to go up 3-2. He escaped in the second and has been riding here in the third. Ahead 4-2. Off the mat with 19 seconds to go. Fit is set. Pursley right hand tight waist. Fit rolls. Pursley stayed with him. Pursley breaks him down. 10 seconds to go. This has been a very strong third period ride by Pope John's Shane Pursley. And he has himself a title. 4-2 decision at 120 for Pope John over Nathan Fit of Newton.
Akeem Ramsdell lost his fifth place bout 6-2 to Seven Rich at 120. And Logan Matsko has a 5-4 lead in his third place bout at 126 over Cage Crater.
We go to 126. Defending state champion Eddie Ventresca of Pope John facing Devin Liebel of High Point in a match of state place winners here in the final. Ventresca, defending state champ. Liebel finishing 7th. Liebel ranked 4th in the state. Ventresca is number 1 at 126, and Liebel was 4th at 132. Ventresca in the Pope John gray and blue with PJHS on his back, Pope John across his chest. And Ventresca has a takedown. Leads Liebel 2-0. Reaching inside. Right hand tight waist. Trying to work a hazard tilt trying to stack up Liebel. Ventresca finishing second in the Beast of the East this year. And I believe he is on his way to Virginia Tech. Maintaining control of Liebel. Looking in, referee Anthony DeFileri. And he's going to bring him back to the center.
Logan Matsko lost his third place bout to Gage Crater of Delaware Valley, 8-6. As Crater got a couple of takedowns in the third period.
After one, 2-0 for Eddie Ventresca of Pope John over Devin Liebel of High Point. Ventresca underneath, rolls. Liebel stays with him. Liebel stands. Liebel has an escape, excuse me, Ventresca stands. He has an escape and leads 3-0. Working takedowns again. Ventresca trying to snap down on the head of Liebel. No advantage. Wrestlers break apart. 45 seconds gone here in the second.
Ventresca was the champion at 120 a year ago.
He's looking for his fourth title.
Liebel placed fourth at 113.
Yeah, I believe I said he was seventh in the state last year. That was incorrect. That was Persolay from Pope John, who was seventh. Shrugged by Ventresca, blocked off by Liebel, and they're off the mat. Back to the center with 42 seconds to go. Working takedowns again.
Ventresca with pins in the semis and the quarters. Liebel advancing with a decision in the semis and a pin in the quarterfinals.
Ventresca trying to snap down. 15 seconds to go here in the second. Ventresca snaps, reaches for a leg, and he's got a takedown. Ventresca ahead 5-0 here after two. Ventresca had a fall in 48 in the quarters. That was over Aiden Portnoy of Hunterdon Central, and then a fall in a minute 24 over Gage Crater of Del Val. And Liebel also with a first round bye, a fall in 3:52. That was over Danny Cleary of Newton, and a fall in 4:29 over Matsko of Phillipsburg. Ventresca on top in the third, and Liebel rolls and he's out.
That was a beauty.
On the escape, it's 5-1. Working takedowns, Ventresca has 2 of them. Snaps, he's behind Liebel and gets a takedown. Ventresca's third, he's on top 7-1, and then an escape for Liebel. It is 7-2. Head out the right side, trying to spin his way around, and he's got another takedown. Ventresca on top 9-2. He will cut Liebel. It is 9-3. Ventresca's in on Liebel's left leg. Maintaining control, he takes him down to make it 11-3. He will cut him 11-4. tried to get around behind him, and Liebel's able to fight that off and go back to the center. It's 11-4. Ventresca has 5 takedowns and an escape. Liebel has 4 escapes.
And I don't think any of the 5 takedowns were the same.
We're under 40 seconds to go here in the bout.
He's just quick and well balanced.
Yep.
He's very good technique.
Yeah, defending state champ, finished second in the Beast. You know, there's not a ton of flaws in his game.
But he gets purchase and he works from it.
Got a takedown. It's 13-4. Final 10 seconds. So Eddie Ventresca, Pope John wins his 4th Hunterdon Sussex Warren title. 13-4 major decision over Devin Liebel of High Point. Only the second 4-time champ, joining Jojo Aragona, his teammate from a year ago at Pope John. All right, we're on to the 132-pound final. Joe Innamorato of Phillipsburg, a sophomore, the 2 seed. Innamorato in the garnet and gray, and he's facing Spencer Stewart of Sparta in the light blue and white, almost a powder blue, I'd say, for Sparta. Referee for this bout is Russ Scarice. Innamorato is a sophomore, 12-4, the 2 seed. Stuart is the top seed, and he is a junior, 15-0. No advantage. We've wrestled a minute as they come back to the center. Just eyeing each other up out the center. Robert Dolfel is the mat judge in this bout. Russ Scarice officiating. Stuart looked for an inside trip, and Innamorato was able to avoid that. Innamorato dives in. Stuart dives in on the right leg of Innamorato, who sprawls. Innamorato trying to work a front head and arm at the edge, and as Stuart tried to wrap around that, they're off the mat at 23 seconds.
Innamorato showed tremendous improvement from the beginning to the end of last year.
Yeah, district champ, I think trailing and hit a headlock to win it is my recollection.
That was a moment.
And he is dangerous. He can hit that headlock from anywhere. First period will go scoreless here at 132. Flip of the disc goes to Innamorato, and he will take down to start the second. Stuart was a runner-up a year ago, an 8th place finisher in the state tournament. Keeps his weight high on the back of Phillipsburg's Joe Innamorato. Innamorato stands, brought back down by Stuart. Stuart with a crab grip on the left shoulder. Innamorato picks that off. 30 seconds gone here in the second period. Innamorato had a fall in 344 over Connor Hanna of Kittatinny. In the first round, 4-1 win in the quarters over Curtis Wheatley of Hunterdon Central, and a 6-2 win over Colton Neal of Pope John in the semis. Stuart had a first round bye, won 11-2 over Trailer Sibbies of Newton in the quarters, and then the semis 10-0 over Connor Quinn of North Hunterdon. And he's put a good ride here on Phillipsburg's Joe Innamorato, but so far unable to turn him. Out the right side, Innamorato tries to sit, brought back down. He puts that crab grip on the left shoulder, reaching across with his right hand. A stalling call on Stewart. First warning for stalling. It comes with 26 seconds to go in the second. Right hand tight waist by Stewart. Maintaining control on Innamorato. Innamorato, one of two Phillipsburg finalists. Astowney, the other state liner finalist.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Final 3 seconds here. So Stuart rides him out. And he is ahead, or excuse me, we're tied, and Innamorato will choose neutral in the third. So Innamorato was down, or okay, so it's actually surrendering an escape to Stewart.
That makes more sense.
Yes, it does, since Innamorato chose down in the second. So Innamorato has to be the aggressor here, trailing 1-0.
Yeah, I saw him throw his hands up. I thought, well, he already chose once before. What's this about? It was just quick.
Stewart was looking for a bear hug. Again, Innamorato is able to fight off that takedown attempt.
Innamorato chose down for the second period and really didn't come close to, he couldn't even clear his hips, let alone getting out. So now he needs to score on his feet.
Trying to snap down Stewart. They're off in front of the scorer's table to our left with 1:04 to wrestle. And we have some blood time for Spencer Stewart of Sparta. So your champs so far, Shane Nelson of Kittatinny, Cooper Stewart of Sparta, Shane Persolay of Pope John, and Eddie Ventresca of Pope John. Phillipsburg head coach Dave Post talking things over, along with assistant Brad Gensel, talking over with Joe Innamorato. And we're back to it here with 1:04 to go in the bout. Innamorato took a shot, trying to step now over top of Stewart. Stewart trying to turn into Innamorato, trying to pull those legs apart. Pop his leg, turn it to the left side of Innamorato. He's trying to hang on to, he's got one hand around the right foot and ankle, and there's a takedown for Stewart. He leads 3-0.
Really, Stewart just dropped his level very quickly before Innamorato could react, and all he had left to do was to drape over the back and grab the ankles.
Stewart on the mat return, maintaining control here with 20 seconds to go. And Russ Scarice says you're out of bounds with 17 seconds remaining. Innamorato is ready.
And Stewart rode out Innamorato in the second period.
And is 10 seconds away from being able to control him in the third after getting a takedown. Spencer Stewart gets Sparta and the Stewart's second title. 3-0 over Joe Innamorato of Phillipsburg at 132.
We need the place winners at 126 to come up. 126.
So we've had a 5 seed
From Sparta, Garrett Stewart.
and 4 ones have come through 132. 138, the top seed, Billy Talmadge of High Point. Facing the 2, Garrett Stewart of Sparta. Talmadge in a sitting position. Now he funks through a takedown attempt. Still no advantage. Talmadge turns in. He's got the takedown on Stewart and leads 2-0.
That was a collegiate scramble, and I'll give the advantage to Talmadge's strength.
Talmadge is a senior. He is 16-0. Stewart is a senior, and he is 15-0. Talmadge riding out the left side. Talmadge was top ranked in the state, according to NJ.com, at 145, down at 138 for the tournament today.
He had a very tight-fought bout in the semifinals with Tanner Peak of Hunterdon Central. Talmadge won 3-1, but he scored early and then stayed conservative from there.
Referee Robert Dolfel bringing him back to the center here with 28 seconds to go in the first. 2-0 lead for Billy Talmadge.
If you would have scored that semifinal bout like a boxing match, you would have said Talmadge won the first period and Peak the second too, but obviously it doesn't work that way.
Talmadge maintaining control, wrapping that tight waist around the left side of Garrett Stewart. 10 seconds to go here in the first. Talmadge in the High Point red and white. Stewart in the Sparta blue. Got some white trim. First period ends with Talmadge on top. 2-0. Talmadge had a first round bye, quarters 13-3 over Corey Crater of Delaware Valley, major decision, and 3-1 over Peak of Hunterdon Central in the semis. Stewart, with a first round 12-2 decision. That was over Michael Rotacco of Pope John. Won 13-4 over Gear Nemeth of Warren Hills in the quarters, and 7-3 over Eric Fellini of Lenape Valley in the semis. There's an escape for Talmadge. He's on top 3-0. Talmadge got a quick first period takedown and was able to ride out Stewart. Stewart shot in a leg. Talmadge able to avoid that. .50 seconds gone here in the second. Talmadge tried to spin around the right side of Stewart, and they'll work back in the center here on that garnet and gray Stateliner mat. Stewart with half a shot at the right leg of Talmadge.
Stewart was a 1-0 winner at 126 a year ago over Jack Bauer of Hunterdon Central.
Stewart tries to get in on a leg, and Talmadge fights that off. Talmadge trying to underhook the left shoulder. Phillipsburg's Jared Kukor wrestling for 5th place against North Warren to our right. And we are through 2, 3-0 Talmadge over Stewart. This broadcast is presented by the Stateliner Sports Network for the use of our viewing audience under the authority of the Phillipsburg Board of Education. and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the express written permission of the Stateliner Sports Network. Visit us at statelinersports.com. Third period. And now a quick escape for Garrett Stewart. And it's 3-1 in favor of Billy Talmadge of High Point. Only takedown belongs to Talmadge in the first. Now he's got a leg. And Stewart rolls, but Talmadge is able to get control. He is on top 5-1. After he got the first period takedown, he was able to ride out Stewart. Should have a good one coming up right on deck at 145. A couple of state caliber wrestlers in Kaya Cement of Pope John and Colton Washleski of Hunterdon Central. Talmadge riding at the edge of the mat. Right in front of the High Point coaching staff. John Gardner, the head coach of the Wildcats. 55 seconds to go in this one. Stewart ready, hands and knees. The Stewarts have 2 titles. Garrett trying to make it a third, but trailing. Tries to sit out, turn in, and Talmadge maintains control. Talmadge is a beast on top.
He's very strong. You can just see it across his shoulders. Well balanced. I think he knows where he is and what he wants to do at all times and doesn't necessarily try to do too much.
Talmadge maintains control. Stewart stands, Talmadge on the mat return, and wraps that tight waist around his left side. 30 seconds to go in the bout, and he has control of the left wrist. Stewart has not been able to get away in the first period or in the third here after this takedown. There's a stalemate is called by our referee, Robert Dolfel, with 11 seconds to wrestle. Talmadge still hopping up and down on his toes. Stewart stands, mat return by, there's an escape, it's 5-2. Final 5 seconds, Talmadge will get himself another takedown right before the buzzer, and he will win 7-2. Billy Talmadge of High Point, the champion at 138.
Jared Corker tied at 2 with Ben Lilly of North Warren in his 5th place bout at 145.
Talmadge 7-2. The final at 138. So we go to 145. As I mentioned, a couple of state caliber wrestlers. Kaya Cement, the top seed from Pope John. He is ranked 3rd in the state, according to NJ.com. And Colton Washleski of Hunterdon Central was ranked 4th in the state. And that is a point for Washleski on a slap to the face from Kaya Cement. You may have heard that slap. Hands to the face. They've kind of adjusted that in college this year, Bob. They tend to give them, they'll give them a warning now before they just bang them with the point. But I think since they may have heard that slap outside, they hit Kaya Cement with that penalty. Cement has a takedown and leads Washleski 2-1. Cement recorded a 3-second fall in the preliminaries over Tommy Feinberg of Hopatcong. I didn't see it. A fall in 42 seconds over Mike Moser of Voorhees in the quarters, and a fall in a minute over Nick Wong of Sparta in the semis. Cement with the claw on the left shoulder. Now riding out the right side. I may have called that a crab earlier today. It's couldn't come up with the claw at the time when I needed it. Tries to check back Waschleski, maintains control. Under 20 seconds to go here in the first. Left hand thigh pry by Cement. Cement, a champ last year, as Bob mentioned. He beat Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, and he's got an advantage after one. And I guess I had that incorrect. I thought it was Cement had slapped Waschleski. It was the other way around. It is 3-0 up on the board. I apologize for that mistake. 3-0 Cement with the penalty point and then the takedown. So 3-0 after one. And now Waschleski riding Cement here in the second. Waschleski maintains control over Cement as they head out of bounds to our left. Cement was 5th in the state last year and a champion here. And Waschleski has placed twice here, 5th and 3rd. And now in the finals. Cement trying to stand. Waschleski with a right-hand thigh pry. Waschleski picks up on the left foot and uses that to come out. He is ahead. Cement now ahead 4-0. Working takedowns with 1:10 to wrestle in the second. Power shrug attempted by Cement. And he cannot finish that as they go off at 58 seconds.
Jared Cooker lost his 5th place bout to North Warren's Ben Lilly 5-4.
.45 seconds to go here. There was another slap. Joe Benvenuto is the referee for this one. Picking up on the near ankle, trying to flatten out Waschleski and spin around to his right, and Joe Benvenuto says you are off the mat. .28 seconds to go. In on the double is Cement. Tries to hook the leg and gets the takedown. Cement on top, 6-0. Cement with 5 seconds to go to ride out this second. And he is ahead 6-0 after 2.
152 wrestling for 5th place Phillipsburg's Matt D'Onofrio, up 2-0 as they start the second period. He's wrestling High Point's Noah Ripley.
Waschleski underneath in the third. Waschleski stands. Cement trying to pick him up, brings him down to his knees. Waschleski with a fall in 1:22 over Nick Cudo of Belvedere. in the prelims. A technical fall, 25-10 and 5:32 over Nick Costa of Newton in the quarters, and a fall in 3:11 over Evan Klimas of North Hunterdon in the semis. Cement is going to give him an escape. Cement leading Leske 6-1. Working takedowns here in the third. Cement trying to get behind the right leg of Leske, who fought that off. Leske trying to work a front head and arm. Now we underhooks the right shoulder. Cement trying to spin around behind him. Leske blocks him off with his right arm, and they're off at 46 seconds. Coming up on the 30-second mark. John Cantagallo-Ram in the chairs across the way for Hunterdon Central. Cement here with 2 takedowns, a penalty point and an escape for his 6, and Leske has an escape. And we're down to 10 seconds to go, and they're off the mat. And Joe Benvenuto telling Kaya Cement, take it easy. Cement will win Pope John's 3rd title. 6-1 over Colton Leske of Hunterdon Central at 1:45.
Phillipsburg's Matt D'Onofrio up 10-3 after 2 in his 5th place bout against Noah Ripley of High Point at 152.
And the 152 final will be Matt Garcia of Pope John facing Stephen Malya of Warren Hills. Garcia, the top seed, is a senior, 8-2 in the Pope John White. Malya is the 3 seed, Malya, the 3 seed. And he is 13-1.
I think Garcia's semifinal win was over almost as soon as it began.
And he's got a takedown. Garcia's on top 2-0. He was a runner-up a year ago. Has trapped the left leg of Malya. Malya stands, and Garcia brings him back down with 1 minute to go in the first. Right hand tight waist, left elbow by Garcia. Tried to tilt him. An escape for Malya, and now a takedown for Garcia. Garcia on top, 4-1. Under 20 seconds to go. Phillipsburg's Ed Mancinelli, the public address announcer, just announced that Jewel Gonzalez, the state champ for the State Liner girls a year ago, has won her 3rd tournament of the year today. Garcia rides out the first. He's ahead 4-1 after 1. Garcia is going to go down to start the second.
Matt D'Onofrio wins 14-6. He takes 5th place at 152, beating Noah Ripley of High Point. D'Onofrio for Phillipsburg.
Malia went that claw on the left shoulder of Garcia. Garcia stands. Malia on the mat return. Tries to run a half Nelson from the right side. Garcia stands, and he is out on the escape. The Pope John Sr. has a 5-1 lead. They will backpedal to the center. Frank Leitner is the referee for this one. Barry Jackson is assisting. Garcia backed up a little bit and then dove in a double. And now able to shrug Garcia on by, Malia on by. And Garcia has a takedown and a 7-1 lead.
That was a nice move.
He's got 3 takedowns and an escape. Malia has an escape. Garcia had a first round bye. Winner by fall in 1:37 over Phillipsburg's Matt D'Onofrio in the quarters, and a fall in 20 seconds over Brandon Casey of North Warren in the semis. And Malia, the 3 seed, he rolls and he's got a reversal.
Yeah, there, Garcia got a little sloppy.
7-3 in favor of Garcia. Under 20 seconds to go here in the second.
It's the first mistake he's made, Mike. I mean, otherwise he's looked very good.
Malia had a first round bye, a quarterfinal 9-1 winner. Major decision over Troy Schmitzer of Sparta. There's an escape for Garcia. It is 8-3. And that's how we will end the second. 8-3 Garcia of Pope John after 2. Malia won a 9-1, or excuse me, I just mentioned 9-1 major in the quarters and a 9-1 major in the semis. That was over the 2 seed Sean Kramer of Hopatcong.
Garcia very long and lean for this weight class.
He's riding here in the third. Malia tries to stand, and Garcia on the tackle to bring him back down. Malia stands and has an escape. It is 8-4 Garcia. They're off the mat at 1:28 to wrestle. Garcia quickly spins around to Malia's right, and he has a takedown to go up 10-4. Again, got a little sloppy, and an escape for Malia. It's 10-5. Looking for a bear hug is Malia. Then an inside trip, and they are off the mat at 49 seconds. Working takedowns here. Malia tried to power shrug him. Garcia fought that off, and Garcia on a throw has a takedown. And it's up now 12-4. And an escape, or
11 go.
That should be 12-6 then.
I think actually Frank Leitner just decided that was not a takedown.
Okay, all right. Malia looking for that bear hug again, trying to jack up Garcia. Garcia looking for one of his own. Under 20 seconds to go. Then he wanted outside trip. At the edge, whizzer put in by Garcia. And there's a takedown for Garcia, and that'll be a 12-5 final for Matt Garcia of Pope John at 152.
He was very good on his feet. Showed very good balance.
So Pope John, they have titles from Persillet, Ventresca, Cement, and Garcia. Kind of like Murderer's Row for, we go to 160 very quickly on this start here. It's Nate Sestowney of Phillipsburg and Connor Fritsch of Pope John. Barry Jackson is the referee for this one. Sestowney, the 7 seed, advancing to the finals. Fritsch is the top seed. Sestowney trying to get in on Fritsch's right leg behind the knee, and Sestowney has a takedown. Sestowney on top 2-0. And they're off across the way. Barry Jackson, the referee for this one. Sestowney is a sophomore. He is 15-4. Fritsch is a senior. He is 6-3. Sestowney riding. Trying to turn Fritsch to his right. 1 count, 2, 3, 4. Sestowney with a power half turned him to his right. And he got a 5 count. That's 3 back points. Sestowney on top 5-0.
How does this rank for you?
Sestowney trying to tilt him to his left. Stuart Cohn is the assistant in this bout. Sestowney looking very good on top here with Connor Fritsch. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Sestowney on top 5-0. Sestowney finished 7th in the Hurricane. Drives a bar, turns him over. 1 count, 2, 3, 4. And the fall! Now he beat the buzzer. Did he beat the buzzer? Stuart Cohn going to talk it over with Barry Jackson. Pope John saying no. Stuart Cohn, I don't think this is over. Yeah, it's only going to be 2 back points. And Sestowney is up 7-0. I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
Sestowney's up 7-0 after 1.
I thought he was going to have to sit through with that bar to get him flat enough, let alone the time. Coach Post asking for 3 back points, not 2. But that's not changing.
And they are neutral to start the second. And now Fritsch picking up his aggressiveness. And there's a smack to Sestowney. Barry Jackson just going, no, he's going to award a point, I think. Yep. 1 point for Sestowney on the slap. Unnecessary roughness. That's 8-0. And Barry Jackson talking it over with Fritsch. Sestowney reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Sestowney dives in on a double. He's got a takedown. Sestowney's on top 10-0. Fritsch fighting to his knees. Sestowney trying to throw a leg in. Fritsch reaches back for the head. Sestowney covers him and takes him off. 1:28 to wrestle here in the second.
Sestowney's 2 takedowns were really like a single leg, but he had such a good grip on it. But Connor Fritsch just decided to belly down and give it.
Sestowney had to fight in his semi, winning 9-7 over Rob Fletcher of North Warren. In that semi, he got up 4-0 and then was tied 4-4, and he hit a 5-point Peterson. And that was the margin. Sestowney keeping his weight high on the back of Connor Fritsch. Ahead 10-0 here in the second. Trying to get the right leg in. Fritsch reaching back for the head, turns in, he has an escape. And it is 10-1. Fritsch dives in on Sestowney's right leg. Sestowney hanging on to the left leg of Fritsch, and there's a takedown for Fritsch. And it is 10-3 Sestowney. Sestowney just ran out of time in the first. He had himself a fall, but it came after the buzzer. Fritsch with a right-hand tight waist around the left side of Sestowney. Final 10 seconds of the second. And it is 10-3 Sestowney after 2. Sestowney had a preliminary 57-second pin over Tyler Logan of Delaware Valley, a 51-second fall in the quarters. They are neutral here in the third.
Sestowney took down, and Fritsch decided to let him go at the start.
So it's 11-3 Sestowney. And Sestowney won 9-7 over Fletcher of North Warren in the semis. There is a takedown for Fritsch. It is 11-5. He will cut Sestowney.
I don't know, Mike, if Sestowney is tired here or if he's just decided he's going to back his way into this.
12-5. Fritsch in on Sestowney's right leg. Trying to pull that through. Sestowney reaching back for the left leg. There is a takedown. It is 12-7. He's going to cut Sestowney. And Barry Jackson said there was no escape. He has to let Sestowney come out and face him. There's the escape. It is 13-7. Sestowney does look very tired. Fritsch is in on the left leg. 50 seconds to go in the bout. And Sestowney, I think, managed a spladle there and has Fritsch a takedown and on his back.
I think that's the third time he tried it, the first time he caught it. And I didn't quite understand what he was doing the first two, but now I do.
And, the way that turned out that quick, I'm saying he baited him into that.
Well, twice he was down on his single, and he was reaching back between his legs to get Sestowney's. But he gave up on it.
It's 18-7 on that 5-point play. He does have some moves.
Yeah.
And apparently caught Fritsch in a roll. More back points coming for Sestowney. That's 3. It is 21-7. If he can turn him again, the State Liner sophomore will have himself a technical fall. Nate Sestowney, the sophomore, is a Hunterdon Sussex Warren champion. 21-7 over Connor Fritsch of Pope John. Fritsch not happy with the way things ended there, and it's his Pope John coaching staff is going to get him out of the way. 21-7 for Sestowney. It's Peaburg's first champion and going to be their only champion on the afternoon. Jake Wicks is wrestling for third place. Turns out that's a penalty point for Fritsch at the end, and Sestowney wins a technical fall, 22-7 in 6 minutes. So the 170-pound final, Norm Sella and James Holder of North Hunterdon. Sella from Hunterdon Central. Sella is a junior, 12-2. And Holder is a junior, And Holder is 13-2. Sella is the 1 seed, Holder the 3. No advantage here through just about 40 seconds. Stuart Cohn is the referee for this one. Holder was 3rd a year ago. Sella was 5th last year. Holder dives in, Sella's right leg. No advantage here. Sella has the right leg, lost his grip on that, now around the left, trying to pull Holder back in, and there's a takedown for Sella. He leads 2-0.
That was persistence to not give that up at the edge.
He had the left leg reaching for the right, and then able to capitalize on what he had with that left leg and get himself a takedown.
Jake Wicks is up 1-0 in the second in his 3rd place bout at 195 against Justin Palumbo of Lenape Valley. Score was first period, and then Wicks got an escape to start the second.
As the period ends, there's a stalling call on top on Sella. He leads 2-0 after 1. I think we had a result too. Dave Pearson wrestling in the consolations for Phillipsburg, and I think he
ran by with paperwork.
Yes,
and,
so that means he won. If he was carrying the paperwork, he won.
Deliver only good news.
And that would have been for 3rd place, I believe. Nope, check it. That would have been for 5th. 5th for Pearson.
Place winners for 160.
2-1 lead here after the escape for Holder. 2-1 lead for Sella of Hunterdon Central here in the 170-pound final. They are tied up outside the center. Again, the Stateliner Sports Network will be back here on Wednesday night, approximately 6:50 will be our broadcast time. Phillipsburg and North Hunterdon in a big battle. The winner is likely to host the sectional final. I know we're way ahead of ourselves there, but
why wait?
Holder had a leg, and as he tried to bring Sella to the mat, lost control of it. He had a leg up in the air. Sella sprawls. Holder looking for a bear hug, then tries to sweep a leg, can't. Sella tries to spin around behind him. Sella has a takedown and checks Holder to his back. Sella ties up the left arm. Now he'll try to get more on that left shoulder. With the body press. Sella with 15 seconds to wrestle. And the fall. In 3:48. Over James Holder of North Hunterdon. So Hunterdon Central has a champion.
And our first pin of the finals.
Sella in 3:48. And we will go to 182, where North Hunterdon will have the top seed, Nate Fawcett. He is a senior. He is 13-2. And he's the top seed. Facing Jack Stoll of Pope John. Stoll is the 11 seed. He is a sophomore, and there's a quick takedown for Fawcett. Stoll is 6-3. Fawcett, a champion a year ago, looking to be the fourth two-time champion from North Hunterdon.
Jake Wicks wins third place Mike at 195, a 7-2 victory over Justin Palumbo of Lenape Valley. Wicks with 3 takedowns and an escape.
So the State Liners have a first, a second, a third, a fourth, 2 fifths, 2 sixths. The escape for Stoll, and Fawcett leads 2-1. Fawcett taps at the head of Stoll. Pope John has 4 champs, and at kind of their murderer's row. There's a lateral drop attempt by Stoll that's missed, and Fawcett has a takedown and leads 4-1. Persile, Ventresca, Cement, and Garcia, the champs for Pope John. Sparta has 2 of the Stewarts. High Point has champ Talmadge, Hunterdon Central, Sella, North Hunterdon, Waddell, Phillipsburg, Zestowny. Those are your champions through 170 pounds. End of the first period, 4-1 for Nate Fawcett of North Hunterdon over Pope John's Jack Stoll.
Gage Horvath from Phillipsburg wrestling for third place. He has a 2-0 lead in the first against Cole Zidell of Pope John.
Fawcett underneath to start the second. Legs put in by Stoll. Fawcett on his knees and reverses. Gives the North Hunterdon senior a 6-1 lead, and he's got the left arm barred, reaching for the right wrist, circling, trying to turn. Stoll has him turned over. Referee Anthony Duflamery is looking in, and a body press by Fawcett. A lot of time, got plenty of time.
Sit through.
And as he, I think, now he wants to bring him back the other way, and he got the fall. 256 for Nate Fawcett of North Hunterdon. So he wins back-to-back titles. And he's the Lions' second champ. Fawcett, a fall in 256. 195 final. Pitting the 4 seed, Robert Bruce of Kittatinny, who knocked off, he pinned Phillipsburg's Jake Wicks in 46 seconds in the semi. And facing Delaware Valley's Zach Zukowski. He's in the yellow, the gold. Zukowski's in on the leg of Bruce, trying to pull that through. Lifting that right leg. Bruce is able to horse that leg free. Zukowski trying to pick it up again.
Bruce is so tall, it's hard to get that single.
And he converts. Zukowski with the takedown. And a 2-0 lead. They're on the far edge of the mat, and off they go across the way.
Gage Horvath, Mike now up 6-2 with 39 seconds to go in the second in his third place bout against Cole Zeidel of Pope John.
Zukowski is the 10 seed. He's a senior, 12-2. And Bruce stepping across Zukowski has a reversal, has Zukowski on his back. Zukowski comes out of that with a reversal. So we should be 4-4.
Yeah, that was wild.
So reversal and back points.
Bruce just took the head and hipped his way over, but couldn't stay there.
They've got 6-4 up on the board.
6-5 now. With these.
After the escape.
I missed something.
Yep, there's an extra point up there. It should be, it's 5-4, and that's in favor of Bruce, I believe. Russ Scarice is going to come over to the scorer's table. Yeah, it should be 5-4 Bruce. Bruce reversed into it was 2-0. Bruce reversed into a 4-point play. Zukowski reversed that, and then Bruce got out. So it should be 5-4 Bruce. I don't know where they get 6-4. They've had a discussion.
We'll have to watch Dylan's camera work after the fact to see exactly what happened in that scramble.
Diving in was Bruce at a double. He's got the takedown. Trying to roll on through. He's got Zukowski on his back. Russ Scarice is looking in on the fall. So Bruce gets the fall in 1:57. Bruce, the 4 seed. 1:47 on the fall.
He's had a good day. Catches Jake Wicks in the semifinal in a quick fall to advance. And now the scramble fall here for the win at 195.
A champ for Kittatinny. 220, Ian Gaboro of North Hunterdon. He is the 2 seed, and he's facing the top seed, Jackson Cron of Kittatinny. In the Kittatinny leggings, and Gaboro in the North Hunterdon black.
Cron used a whizzer very effectively in the semifinals. A couple times where he was in danger of giving up a takedown, and he just fought his way out. Gage Horvath now up 10-4 with under 30 seconds to go in his third place bout.
Cron with a front head and arm. Trying to spin around behind Gaboro, and he does. Cron has a takedown. The Kittatinny Jr. is on top, 2-0. Trying to take Gaboro off his base. Gaboro stands, he's out. On an escape, it is 2-1, Cron.
Gaboro placed second last year to Phillipsburg's Austin Roth.
Cron, a junior, 10-1. And the top seed, Gaboro is 12-0, the 2 seed.
160 and 170.
Under a minute to go here in the first.
Jackson Cron was a third place finisher last year at 285.
I think a teammate, Mafaro, probably was at 220.
You are correct. And Gage Horvath wins his third place bout.
Once again, place winner 160 and 170.
Well, Gaboro nearly finished a takedown, but they're off with 20 seconds to go here in the first. Circle each other. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Off at 5 seconds.
Jackson Cron and Robert Bruce probably have some pretty active practices in the Kinney Titty wrestling room.
End of the first. 2-1 for Jackson Cron. Gaboro underneath to start the second.
170 place winners.
Everything else is done now. So we get the 220 final and then the 285 final, the third place and fifth place matches being over.
Cron trying to drive a half on the right side.
And we missed it, but I'm going to say Cody Krutz was successful because Coach Post handed the paperwork in.
That was for fifth place. Because he didn't reach the semis.
That was for fifth place, yes. Yes, I did see him win his earlier bout.
Gaboro trying to come out, pop his head out for a takedown here on Cron. Cron trying to hang on, right hip down on the mat. Barry Jackson, the referee, looking in. Stalemate's called, just under a minute.
Once again, we all place winners from 160, 170.
Just under a minute to go. Again, working takedowns. Cron had a first round bye. Winner by 40, a fall in 48 seconds over Dylan Lobitz of North Warren in the quarters and won a 10-4 decision over Cole Zidell of Pope John in the semis. Gaboro had a first round bye, and Gaboro again almost has himself a takedown. 2-2 here in the second. Gaboro with a winner by fall in a minute 15 over Justin Class of High Point in the quarters and a 3-1 win in the semis on a takedown with about 3 seconds to go over Phillipsburg's Gage Horvath. And those two are likely to meet on Wednesday night. Two after 2. It is Cron's choice in the third, and he will go underneath. Cron has a takedown. Gaboro has 2 escapes, and after Cron chooses underneath, Gaboro gives him an escape. So it's 3-2 Cron as we wrestle in the third. Gaboro finishing second in the district last year, 4th in the region. He was 25-12 for the Lions a year ago. The only takedown belongs to Cron. Gaboro dives in on a leg as they go off in a minute 24.
Yes. Hey, Nate, Tom, you get this.
Wrestlers are tied up.
Hello, how are you?
Gaboro tying up the left wrist of Cron. Cron trying to work a front head and arm and an inside trip, and couldn't finish that. Now he wants a cement job, and they're off across the way at 57 seconds.
This one's not had the action that I thought we would get. .45 seconds to go in this one.
Not been a lot of overtime bouts in the quarters today or the semis or the finals. We are 30 seconds away here. Cron still leading by 1. Gaboro has to be the aggressor here, but Cron has a front head and arm, and they're stalemated at 22 seconds. Gaboro gave Cron an escape to start the third here.
We have the heavyweight sudden victory in the semis.
Final 10 seconds. Gaboro looking for a barrel roll. And Cron sprawls, fights that off. Cron will win the title 3-2.
That was close at the edge, though.
3-2.
Gaboro was in on an ankle pick. He just ran out of time and out of real estate.
That's Kittatinny's second title. Cron 3-2 over Gaboro of North Hunterdon. So Robert Bruce of Kittatinny and Jason Cron both come through at 195 and at 220. So we go to 285. Liam Akers, the 2 seed for North Hunterdon. He's facing Ryan Hall of Lenape Valley. He's the 5. Akers, the 2. Akers is a sophomore, 14-1. And Hall is a senior who is 14-0. Akers is a Goals tournament champ and a Nottingham tournament champ. Had 6 wins for the Lions a year ago. Diving in on a double and unable to finish is Hall. Now wrestlers coming up here to the head table to claim their medals and kind of running through the picture. It happens. Akers and Hall scoreless here. Hall trying to slip a whizzer. Or over. Now Akers is in on Hall's left leg, and Akers has a takedown.
A series of good counters there with Akers finally getting the advantage.
He's up very high, trying to sink a power half. Hall's trying to pick off that left leg, and I think he is going to run out of time. After 1, 2-0. Liam Akers of North Hunterdon over Ryan Hall of Lenape Valley. Akers choosing down to start the second. Akers escaped to get a double ride-out win over Ryan Sutter of Delaware Valley in the semis. He has an escape, and he leads 3-0.
Akers was pinned in the quarterfinals by Jackson Cron at 285 a year ago.
$30 gone here in the second. Akers had a first-round bye, a 38-second fall over Jack Mosier of Voorhees in the quarters, and that 3-2 double ride-out win over Sutter. Wrestlers break apart. No advantage here as they go off right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network cameras. 59 seconds to go here in the second. Hall was a 16-1 technical fall winner in the first round over Robert Giuliano of High Point in 5:33. Won 1-0 over Carson Grogan of Belvedere in the quarters and 1-0 over Ty Eldred of Kittatinny in the semis. Eldred had knocked off the top seed, Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz, 5-3 in the quarters. Wrestlers tie up, break apart with under 30 seconds to go.
If you have your outstanding wrestler ballot, it's complete. You can drop out there.
There will be a most outstanding wrestler named today.
Akers winning the semifinals was really a testament to his training and conditioning to be able to outlast.
After two, it's 3-0, Akers.
He's able to outlast Sutter of Delaware Valley.
I think I would probably vote for Ventresca as the MOW if I
He
had
was
a vote,
impressive.
If I had a vote. Hall underneath for Lenape Valley here in the third. Akers of North Hunterdon on top. I mean, Liebel is a quality wrestler. And it is his fourth title.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong there.
Yeah, they like to recognize things cumulatively.
He had 6 takedowns in the finals. That's pretty good.
Now, Kaya Cement won 4 bouts, and including a 3-second fall. He didn't do much wrestling at all until the finals. He won 6-1. Akers continuing to ride. Joe Benvenuto is our referee for this bout. Trying to hammerlock the left wrist on Hall. Akers looking to bring, stop potentially dangerous, looking to bring the Lions their third title on the afternoon and early evening. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Akers trying to bar the left arm. Takes the right wrist, stepping across with that bar. Has him on his back, and Joe Venuto calls the fall in 5:23. Our fourth fall of the finals. And North Hunterdon has their third champion, Liam Akers of the Lions in 5:23.
He had that bar in deep, and once he got him over, I think Ryan Hall decided that was enough.
The Hunterdon Sussex Warren Tournament brought to you today on the Stateliner Sports Network by Rothman Orthopedics. Proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Buxton Athletic Training Center in Randolph, New Jersey, for all of your wrestling training needs year-round. World-class coaching and top-notch wrestlers of all ages. Follow them on Instagram at Buxton Athletics and on Facebook at Buxton Athletic Training Center. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, For exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling, Pberg HS WRESTLIN. So the Pope John with 4 champs leading the way. North Hunterdon had 3, 2 for Kittatinny and Sparta, 1 each for High Point, Hunterdon Central, and Phillipsburg. So the finals went at 106 pounds. Logan Waddell of North Hunterdon with an 11-3 major decision over Shane Nelson of Kittatinny. At 113, Cooper Stewart of Sparta, 6-4 winner over Dan Hawes of Lenape Valley. 120, Shane Pursley of Pope John, winner by decision, 4-2 over Nathan Fitt of Newton. 126, Eddie Ventresca of Pope John, his 4th title, 13-4 over Devin Liebel of High Point. 132, Spencer Stewart of Sparta, 3-0 decision over Joe Innamorato of Phillipsburg. Here's your top 5, Kittatinny in 5th, Hunterdon Central in 4th, Phillipsburg in 3rd, Pope John in 2nd, 212.5 points. 224, North Hunterdon, the champs. 224 for North Hunterdon. Pope John 2nd, Phillipsburg 3rd. At 138, the MOW from Ed Mancinelli. Billy Talmadge of High Point is the MOW. And Talmadge, the champ, at 138, 7-2 over Garrett Stewart of Sparta. 145, Kaya Semen of Pope John, a 6-1 winner over Colton Leske of Hunterdon Central. 152, Matt Garcia of Pope John, 12-5 winner over Steve Malya of Warren Hills. 160, the Stateliners' only champ, it was Nate Sestoni. A technical fall, 22-7 in 6 minutes over the top seed, Connor Fritsch of Pope John. Sestoni was a 7 seed. 170, Norm Chella of Hunterdon Central, a fall in 3:48 over James Holder of North Hunterdon. 182, Nate Fawcett of North Hunterdon, a fall in 2:56 over Jack Stahl of Pope John. 195, Robert Bruce of Kittatinny, a fall in 1:47 over Zach Sukowski of Delaware Valley. 220, Jackson Cron of Kittatinny, winner by decision, 3-2 over Ian Gaboro of North Hunterdon. And at 285, Liam Akers of North Hunterdon, a fall in 5:23 over Ryan Hall of Lenape Valley. Your other place winners for the Stateliners today, James Day finishing in 3rd. Chaim Ransdell finishing in 6th. Logan Matsko in 4th. Jared Kukor in 6th. Matt D'Onofrio in 5th. David Pearson in 5th. Jake Wicks in 3rd. Gage Horvath in 3rd. And Cody Krutz in 5th. And so North Hunterdon, the tournament champ, and the Stateliners will battle here on Wednesday night, Bob. And it is, I mean, it's mid-January, but it is a big one.
We got a good tune-up today, and rocking and rolling for Wednesday night. Probably a big house.
6:50 will be our broadcast time on Wednesday night. You have been watching the Stateliner Sports Network's presentation of the Hunterdon Sussex Warren Wrestling Tournament Finals. Join us for our next broadcast on Wednesday at 6:50 when the Phillipsburg Stateliners will host the Lions of North Hunterdon. For Bob Kerp, executive producer Jake Kosa, and production associate Dylan Renner, I'm Mike Moore saying thank you for watching Phillipsburg Stateliner Wrestling.